Alright, we should be live. We're back. It's Midweek Magic. It's a Phantom Bot draft of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if it's pick 2 or not. I'm assuming it's pick 1, so we'll have to see. And we're taking April. And yeah, it says confirmed pick, so we are sending the Katana, Westwind Avatar, Make Your Move, but yeah, April's just an absolute bomb. It is nearly impossible to not draw. Like, they have to kill her the turn that you play her for you to not draw at least one card off of her. So, that's just always good value. Now, what do we want from here? I gotta be honest, I'm way more inclined to blue-red than blue-green when I draft. Usually it just works out that way. Sometimes the green is super open, but usually I like to pair green with black in this set, so... And it's more enemy color pairings than anything else, so unless you have a really strong card, which you can get, you can wind up with like a 2 or... you can wind up with an ally color or a 3-color deck. But I'm a little inclined to take like Bot Bashing or Manhole Missile here. Common Donatello's okay, he's not something I pick very highly. I'd rather take the Technique. The Technique is a bit tempting because it's an uncommon, but if we can get like a Sewer Valence camera or something, I would rather have that than the Technique anyway. So, like, I don't think this is a must pick up. Like, if you're in like Black-White or something, Shredder's Revenge, or Black-Green Shredder's Revenge is, like, really strong to pick up just because you don't have access to other card draw spells, really. Except, like, maybe, like, the Green Avatar or something. Like, your uncommons and rares might, but, for, like, the more... Actually, no, your, like, rares and mythics might. For the uncommons, you're looking at, like, Ice Cream Cat and whatnot if you're not taking Shredder's Revenge, so... That being said, do I want the Manhole Missile because it allows for more card selection, or do we want Bot Bashing time because it deals with more stuff? I suppose I want the first Manhole Missile more than I want the first Bot Bashing. Alright, that is Mythic Raphael. 4 mana 4/4 must be blocked if able, so this is a really aggressive creature if you can cast him on curve, because it forces the opponent to either chump block him or to gang block him most of the time if he comes out around turn 4. Just because they won't have any other options. Obviously, he's a lot stronger if you can find a way to get him with haste, so that way they have less opportunity to block profitably, but that's still usually like a turn 5 play with the skateboard or something. There is a bespoke bow, and if I'm in the blue-red Artifacts Matter, Mauser Foundry and Nobody are really strong. Also, Nobody is an artifact creature, so if you haven't cast any spells, if you cast him on the turn with April, that's an artifact and a creature, so you get to draw 2 cards at the end of the turn. That being said, this Raphael can be very strong, so that is tempting, and you do get potentially, like, if they kill him the turn that you attack with him, that is 4 extra mana for casting spells, activating things. It's very tempting. Like, I could see it just being correct to take Mauser Foundry or Nobody here, with what we already have. Just letting the Raphael go. Like, he's stronger than the other cards, but he has a lot less synergy. He does not care about artifacts at all. And we're not going to have, like, a ton of things to do with the extra mana, unless we find, like, some things like Mauser Foundry anyway. I'm really super tempted to grab Nobody. There's a part of me that also wants to take the Bespoke Bow because it is an artifact. It is an artifact, and it is a good tempo play against a lot of decks. But I think one of these two would actually be better overall. I'm going to take the Mauser Foundry. I don't know how the bots react to certain cards, so I don't know if we're likely to get back the other things. With what I have, Omni Cheese would not be terrible, but I'm going to take another Manhole Missile here. Looks like white red aggro is being underdrafted by the bots in this particular draft at least, but we do have a nobody to grab, so should still be fine. Yeah, I'm going to take the Buzzbots over the Purple Dragon Punks and the Raphael here. Oh, good. That's a really good sign. The two cards that I wanted most for my deck are both in this pack. There's another nobody we can wheel from the same pack as the Mauser Foundry that we took. So, I'm going to take the second Mauser Foundry here. Hope that pans out. Oh, nope, we wheeled the Mauser Foundry instead of the nobody. Oh no. How terrible. Bot bashing time came back. I mean, we haven't seen a surveillance camera, so I think I take my first Donatello's technique here. And the Bespoke Bow came back. First Omni Cheese, which is another thing to pick up with nobody, or Mind Transfer Protocol, which can turn like some of my things into 4/5s and draw me a card. Since I don't super care about the colors, I think this is fine, but ooh, definitely a good pickup. Deals with a lot of the stuff that my other cards just can't. Alright, Turtle Blimp. Henchbots is fine. I'm very inclined to take Utrom Scientist here. It's a very good tempo play. Stops a lot of the more aggressive decks by locking down their better attacker while putting a blocker in the way of their remaining creatures. Is an artifact creature, so it triggers all my other stuff. Do not care for Raphael's technique. Like, this is not a format where you have an easy time taking advantage of all the extra cards, and you're spending the mana first to draw them. So you're spending mana to draw you a bunch of cards, and then if the opponent is behind, they also get a bunch of cards. I'm going to take Casey here. We already have a bunch of artifacts to hit. 3 Mauser Foundries, Scientists, Nobody, Buzzbots. So plenty of hits for him already. Do I want my first Ray Fillet over another Buzzbots? I think that's fine. Don't really care for the Musicians. Punk Frogs is actually okay in a blue-red deck, just as a larger creature that's a bit hard to interact with. Yeah, we'll take the Fugitive Droid here. Nice early evasive creature that pecks in for a lot of damage. There's our Surveillance Camera. Another Missile. Skateboard would be fine. I like a Skateboard in any deck that can go aggressive, just to because if you draw like your 2-drop on turn 3 or 4, it's really nice to be able to just equip it and attack immediately. Now, granted, Casey I was highlighting is a ace creature, but being able to attack immediately with the Buzzbots and get in for like 2 damage in the air is super helpful. Like, if you're playing off curve anyway, if you've top decked something on like turn 4 or 5 and that's going to be your play, it's nice that it gains the power and haste and actually gets to bash in quickly. Do I want a return, a Rock Soldier, another Retro? We have some amount of interaction. I don't mind taking a larger body, and there's a ton of useful artifacts. There's a bunch of good equipment, and you know, being able to destroy their pizza while they're tapped low and can't use it. I think I just want the land here. I have a technique already and a camera. Again, this Donatello is very low priority for me in these kind of decks. Uncommon Donatello, though. Sewer Valence is a really strong card, but almost all of my stuff are artifacts. Also, we have not seen another nobody since I passed that second one to take the Mauser Foundry, and then we wheeled a third Mauser Foundry. Crustacean's okay, but my 2-drops are already pretty decent. It does make an artifact, so that's not terrible. I'm going to take the trick, just in case I decide I need it. Second Rock Soldiers, second Donatellos. I think this is the first Punk Frog, just so that I have one at the top end, and kind of regret that now, because I do only want the one. Put all these cards down here just in case I need some filler. Oh, that's a Krang. I was concerned about the Michelangelo at first, but that is a Krang. Also a Turtle Van, which is another really... This is a 3 rare mythic pack, and all of these are good in their respective decks, but I have a ton of artifacts, and the card draw is real strong, so... I will take the Krang over the Turtle Van. Null Group is okay, but again, the lack of synergy makes me prefer it in a red-white deck. This is one where if it was not a Phantom Draft, because I don't think I need the second Retro Mutation, I would probably just take the rare towards set completion and whatnot, but... A Spicy Oatmeal now. There's another removal spell. Mauser Mark III to give me another aggressive 2-drop in this deck. Although I think the Mauser will wheel. The Fugitive Droid is good. I think I'm going to take the Spicy Oatmeal, though. Take the Purple Dragon Punk, since a lot of my things are artifacts. There's a second nobody. Finally. Another shot at Fugitive Droid, and another Utrom Scientist. Alright. Another Utrom. Second Buzzbot, third Mauser fourth Mauser Foundry. I do wish I had some kind of augment for the Buzzbots, but... Well, I did say I wish I had one. Versus another bot bashing time. I think my removal is already pretty on point. Probably don't need it. Same. A third Buzzbot or the Mauser. Mauser's really good against things like the white April O'Neil, like the common one. Since it can block her profitably. Alright, let's see what we can cut here. I probably don't need all of these. I think I've got too much non-creature stuff down here. I think the retro mutations, like obviously the bot bashing gets the thing completely out of the way, whereas retro mutation still allows it to block. And we do have a lot of ground creatures in this deck. But I think that's still good. We could probably lose the technique. I have a Sewer Valence. I don't know if I want the Mind Transfer Protocol. Like, it's okay. But we have a lot better options overall, I think. don't think I need the punk frogs anymore. We have enough decent creatures. I don't necessarily need them. Also, that allows me to lower the curve, because Krang, there are so many artifacts in this deck. Like, what is my actual count? 17 artifacts in this deck right now, not counting, like, Ray Fillet, who makes an artifact, but isn't one himself. So, the Mauser Foundries are secretly 2 artifacts in a trench coat. Yeah, it's just way too easy for Krang to be much cheaper than an 8-drop, so can probably ditch a land here, because that puts most of my spells at 4 mana or less. The punks are fine, but we don't need them. Keep Casey. The only thing that he can't hit that would really hurt me is April. Like, everything else... Almost everything else in the deck is a hit for that man. Like he misses my Manhole Missiles, my Retro Mutations, and April O'Neil, and grabs everything else in the deck. Oh, and misses Donatello. Technically Ray, but, you know. I'm not as broken up. If he misses my April in the pile, that makes me sad, but everything else is kind of like whatever. I also have 2 Manhole Missiles to help with smooth the mana out if I'm missing lands, at least. It's probably the Rock Soldiers. I don't mind having at least one decent body besides Krang that can hit in for actual damage, but with the nobodies and whatnot, and the Utrom Scientists, we should be able to pressure the opponents. Yeah, I can see it being that. Get rid of another 4-drop. Alright, I think the deck is good. We always run the risk of running into somebody whose draft is amazing, though, so we'll have to see. Hand is solid. Opponent goes first is the only problem, so... I will keep this. They have Path to Exile or Hamato Technique? I'm guessing Hamato Technique, but it is entirely possible that they have Path to Exile here. Well, unfortunately I have a curve, so that land's not coming into play for a little bit. Yeah. I guess I could play it next turn along with the Mauser Foundry and then decide if I want to play nobody to bounce it. Are you going to path my 2-3 opponent? Because I will high-five you if you do. It really is Path to Exile. Okay. And they exiled my hard-to-block 1/1. Now, granted, that thing can protect my other creatures from target effects, so... But it couldn't do it right there, so... Also, it did take away my other artifact from my Mauser, so... As technically, there's that. Yeah, that's real bad for me. This is 3 to equip. Alright, send her back. My 1-1. Ooh, sorry. Trying to adjust, like, the sound started coming in kind of funny, like, weirdly muted for me, so I was trying to adjust it, and I brushed up against the microphone. Gonna say that? I mean, that was gonna draw them 2 cards eventually anyway, so it is a little annoying that they had it this turn. So I could kill the Leo. I guess technically what I can do is put the bespoke bow on the Mauser and see if they block first. Give them the chance to get their April killed. Alright. And yeah, I'm just gonna kill Leo while they're tapped out of Future Droid activation. That's in the flavor text, right? Fugitoid, okay. I was gonna say, I keep feeling like that should be its name, and I'm guessing that is its name, but since it's not legendary. I mean, that does draw them a card now and a card at the end of the turn. More importantly, putting the equipment on her will gain them 2 life and deal me 5 damage, and untap her. Yeah. Alright. Fine. Ooh. Alright, so play this, tap the April. See if they chump or trade with my 1-1. Okay. Gets that off the table. That's true, it does make crying 1 mana more expensive, but I think that's okay, all things considered. Okay. Alright, so, yeah, I was gonna say, they're missing a color? Despite all the extra cards they drew there. We were able to tempo them out, so that was nice. Ooh, 20 gems. That is the nice thing about Midweek Magic, is most of the time I seem to get rares that I already have 4 of from sets that I played a lot and did alright in. So it's usually just an excuse to grab a small pile of gems. Ooh, I'm going first this time. No 1-drop, but everything else is pretty solid. Okay. Let's just get Casey down and start attacking. Lost a manhole missile and a mutation, but everything else is fine. Also, I can play the skateboard to tap down their blocker this turn. And apparently I can pick it back up with nobody. If I want to. Alright, so tap Raphael. Hit them for 2. Play the flyer because they're less likely to have a blocker for it next turn. Yep. I take a damage. I take another damage. Alright, so... yeah, let's just kill the EPF. Yeah, I think put that on the bottom, see if I draw... okay, I drew the blue 1-drop instead of... I was hoping for a land for the Mauser Foundry, but... that'll still be a decent tempo play if I don't hit a land next turn. Like, tap down their blocker. Ooh! That's 2 blockers in a trench coat. Well, it's like 4 damage this turn to me. Yep, got it. Okay. So play the island. Tap the 2/2, because if they're blocking, I want them blocking with the mutanimals. Alright, they went to 8. Yeah, let's play out the 3/2. Bounce that back to my hand. Do I need that? I don't think so. That's true. I wanted to give them the option to block. I wanted to take the mutanimals off the table if I could. Alright, well, now I'm not blocking this turn, most likely. I'm gonna say, please choose the 2/1 flyer. Like, I desperately do not want to block. With the 2/1 flyer anyway, so... So tap the 5/4. Attack with everything. Wow, going to 1. Huh. Alright. Must be blocked if able. Alright. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exactly. Yeah. Alright. So... I guess I could have messed up and put the counter on the wrong creature. Oh, right, he can't attack this turn. But they're gonna kill my guy. Alright. So I am actually dead. Yeah, I can tap their thing. Yeah, I'm acting like he has haste, but... they're just gonna kill me here. Yep. Alright. Because they have more than enough damage. That's why I wanted the mutanimals to block, if able. Opponent did not fall for it. Alright, fair enough. The problem is if I put like the 1 extra damage on them to try and force the block, I still die there. So. Ooh. This hand is very slow, but has a lot of potential, especially if I hit the mountain next turn. That will shave 2 mana off of Krang. I have more of these. I don't want to save them for Donatello here. I just want to curve out. If at all possible. Agent Bishop is insanely strong and very difficult for my deck to kill. Alright. If anything can find me an answer... Okay. The fact that he's by himself right now means I can probably bounce him and prevent a lot of his damage. Oh, hey, he's got his team with him. Yep. That's neat. I suppose he's got more going for him than the other one does. I play the land, gain a life. Another counter on my Donatello. Get in for 3. Draw 2 cards. 2 lands is actually bad because I can't play both of them for Krang. So they're gonna kill April, or are they gonna kill... Oh, they killed Donatello. Okay. That was always going to work because the Future Droid can't stop... whatchamacallit's, triggered abilities. Too many lands. I need my Manhole Missile just so I can, like, kill something here. Like Bishop when he comes back down. Alright. It's now 4-3. For 5-4. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, just lock down the more dangerous one. Hit you for 3. Play Krang, draw 2 cards. Then end of turn, draw 2 cards. Yeah, in the interest of being mana efficient, let's see if we can find a better artifact for next turn. Oh, all of the artifacts. Nobody or Spicy Oatmeal. Spicy Oatmeal can go face, so I'm just going to take that here. That's a really good one. That's an insane one, actually. Because now they can flicker their... Yep. Yeah, that's a huge problem. Oh, they killed April. Well, I appreciate that about them. Let's see. Then 5 to kill them the rest of the way off. Yeah, okay. So play that. Kill them. Yeah. Play out my land. So they're going to 8, so this forces them to trade their Death Toucher for the 8/4. Thing is Titanic, and now it gains him a little bit of life. Okay, let's play this. Let's tap the 7/6. Play this. That haste. And 5 power. Hit you for 8. Okay. Seems good. Yay, another 20 gems from Aether Drift. This hand is very medium. Alright, we can, like, turn 1, play the tap land. I was gonna say, if we don't draw anything, we can turn 2, skateboard. I doubt they can play... I was gonna say, there's not a whole lot of 2-drops that will make me snap off the Manhole Missile here. There are obviously some 3s. We've already seen Agent Bishop from the other deck. So if this person were to also have one, I'd like to be able to Manhole Missile it. Okay. Kill him, definitely. I think I put the skateboard back, though. Try and make sure I don't miss on my 4th land and whatnot. Always a chance I flood out now, but... since I am planning on curving out for the next couple turns... like, turn 2 this, turn 3 Ray, turn 5... or turn 4 this, turn 5, Bespoke Bow... to bounce, and then hold up Surveillance Camera. I was going to say, on the one hand, my artifact creatures have value for cards like Krang. On the other hand, clearing up a white-red deck's board so that way they can't overwhelm me is fine too. Like, if they don't block there and they have the 2/2/2s to attack me with, and then they have a pump spell or something and they get to kill Ray, that's not great. Excuse you? Is there a free spell in the format I don't know about? Is there a bonus sheet card that's gonna wreck me? Okay, just checking. Alright, let's put your 2/4 back in your hand. Take a 1/1. Jam for 3. Alright, I got nothing. Am I grounded for life? Okay. That is pretty neat, but have we considered taking all of the damage here? Yep. Double top. Usually a terrible sign, but this opponent has already made a couple of questionable life decisions up until this point, so there's always a slim chance that that was a mistake. I was gonna pay 3 to equip, then 1 to pump the other one, and just jam with everything. And I think I'm far... Am I far enough ahead? Yeah, back here, you. Alright, let's just draw a card then. Yeah, I was thinking about putting the counter on the other one, but then if they trade with that one specifically, the 2/4 is then in the way of what would be a 3/2 on the ground, so I decided to play the April instead, and I'm feeling reasonable about that at this point, because my opponent has a 3/4. Now see, if they attack with the 3/4 with a couple of mana up, I'm not going to stick my 1/5 card draw engine in front of it, but I was going to say, I also don't think that's the best for them at this point. Tap that. Throw the bow over there. Go to combat. Jam for a quick 6. They want to trade their 2/3 for a 1/1. Some life. They did. I'm running out the land because if we draw Krang, I want to get, like, lands out of my hand so I can maximize his draw. Also, I don't think I have Manhole Missile, which is the best excuse for keeping a land in my hand. Alright. So, play nobody. Pick up that one. Slide that to the bottom. Trigger its leaves play. Take action. Smoke bow on her, just in case. Could game them back. Because if they have grounded for life, I want them to kill, like, Ray or the 2/2, not my April. Alright. So... yeah, it's a decently long video, and we got all of our wins, so... that's probably good enough to call at this point. I'm gonna play a bit more with the deck after the stream ends, just to get my just to get the XP on the day. Ooh, a very fancy Dragonfire Blade. Because I missed the 2 weeks when the set first came out, so my mastery is a little bit low. Normally I'd be done by now. I don't need, like, all of the cosmetic stuff, but I would love to get to 47, which I don't think I can with the XP that's going to be available. But if I can get to 45, that's enough of the things. That's all the gems. So I get, like, all the packs except for one. There are 4 of these packs? Okay, now I really want to get to 47 if at all possible. I thought these were like 1 pack. Yeah, no, it's 4 packs of that, 4 packs of that, 2 packs of that one. It used to be like 1 pack here, 1 pack there. Now I did not notice they switched over to like 4 packs all at once. Or maybe it's just because it's so condensed. Like, normally those packs would be spread out, because normally there'd be like... There used to be like 70 levels or something, because there was enough time in between each set to actually do that many. But yeah, there's only like 2 weeks worth of stuff, roughly, to get me here, so... I'm trying to get like all of the little XP from like getting to 10 wins on the day, hoping that that all adds up. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for right now, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.